Dreamcat English Learning. In this video, you will learn how to talk about your job, and we will compare 10 popular jobs and talk about their advantages and disadvantages. As a teacher, I get to help students learn and grow. The best part of my job is seeing my students understand something new. It feels great to watch them improve over time. I also get a lot of holidays, especially in the summer, which gives me time to relax. Teaching is fun because every day is different, and I get to be creative with my lessons. I can try new activities and games to keep my students interested. But there are also challenges. I have to plan lessons every day, which takes time and effort. Sometimes, my students don't listen, or they have trouble learning, and that can be frustrating. When they struggle, I feel responsible, and I try to find new ways to help them. I also often take work home with me, like grading papers, which means I'm always thinking about school. Teaching requires a lot of patience and energy, and some days can be very tiring. As an accountant, I work with numbers every day. I help companies keep track of their money and make sure everything is correct. My job is stable because businesses always need accountants, and I am paid well for my work. I enjoy the challenge of solving financial problems and making sure everything adds up correctly. I also work in a comfortable office environment, which makes my job less physically tiring. But being an accountant can be repetitive. Sometimes, I do the same tasks every day, like checking numbers, organizing receipts, or making reports. I have to focus a lot because one small mistake can cause big problems for a company. During tax season, I often work long hours, and the pressure to meet deadlines can be stressful. It's not a very social job, so I spend most of my time alone, focusing on my tasks.
As an engineer, I design and build things like machines, buildings, or software. I love solving problems and finding solutions. My job pays well, and I get to work on big projects that can change how people live. I work with other engineers and experts, which helps me learn from their experiences. Engineering is a great career if you enjoy using math and science to make things better. On the other hand, the job can be stressful because projects often have tight deadlines. I sometimes have to work late to finish everything on time. I spend a lot of time in front of a computer, which can be tiring for my eyes and back. The work can also be challenging because some problems are very complex and take time to solve. Engineering requires strong attention to detail, and even small mistakes can cause big issues in a project.
As a salesperson, I talk to people and help them buy things they need. I enjoy meeting new people and convincing them to buy a product. Every day is different, and I have the opportunity to work with many different types of customers. My job is exciting because I never know what each day will bring. If I sell a lot, I can earn more money, which motivates me to work harder. However, being a salesperson can be stressful. If I don't make enough sales, I don't earn as much money. It can be difficult to meet my targets, especially if customers are not interested in what I'm selling. Sometimes, Customers are rude or difficult to deal with, which can make the job challenging. I have to be confident and have good communication skills to convince people to buy, and that can be hard if I'm having a bad day.
As a chef, I get to create delicious food for people. I enjoy working with different ingredients and trying new recipes. My job is creative, and I can experiment with new flavors and techniques. It's very rewarding to see customers enjoying their meals and giving positive feedback. I work in a busy kitchen with a team, and we all help each other during busy times. Every day, I learn something new about cooking. But being a chef is not easy. I work long hours, often late at night and on weekends. The kitchen can be very hot and busy, especially during the dinner rush. Sometimes I have to cook many dishes at the same time, which can be stressful. The job is physically demanding because I'm always on my feet, and I often carry heavy pots and pans. If a customer doesn't like the food, it can feel disappointing after working so hard. As a software developer, I build apps and websites. I enjoy working with technology and solving problems with code. My job is flexible because I can work from home or in an office, and I can often choose my own hours. The pay is good, and there are many job opportunities in this field. I love that I can create something that people use every day, like an app or a website. However, being a developer requires a lot of focus. Sometimes I spend hours trying to fix one small error in the code. It can be frustrating when something doesn't work, and I don't know why. I also work long hours when there is a deadline to meet. Sitting in front of a computer all day can be tiring for my back and eyes. The technology changes quickly, so I have to keep learning new skills to stay up to date.
As a photographer, I capture moments that people can remember forever. I enjoy working at events like weddings, where I take pictures of happy moments. My job allows me to be creative and work outside in beautiful locations. I also get to meet new people and visit new places, which makes the job fun and exciting. But being a photographer can be tough. It's hard to find steady work because most jobs are short-term, like a wedding or an event. I also have to carry heavy camera equipment, which can be tiring. Taking good pictures requires a lot of attention to detail, and sometimes the lighting or weather is not perfect, making it harder to get a good shot. After taking the photos, I spend a lot of time editing them, and sometimes clients want many changes.
As a graphic designer, I create visual content like logos, posters, and websites. I love being creative and expressing my ideas through design. I work with different clients and projects, which keeps my job interesting. The best part is seeing my work in public, like on a website or billboard. It's exciting to know that people are looking at something I designed. On the downside, sometimes clients are difficult to work with. They might not like my designs or ask for many changes, which can be frustrating. The deadlines can be stressful because I need to finish designs quickly, and some projects take longer than expected. It's also hard to find a stable job because many designers work as freelancers, which means the income is not always steady.
As a nurse, I help people feel better when they are sick. It's rewarding to know that my care can make a difference in someone's life. I also work with doctors and other nurses as part of a team, which makes me feel supported. I learn new things every day, and my skills improve with each patient I take care of. Nursing is a job that always feels meaningful, and I know I'm doing something important. However, the job can be hard. I often work long hours, sometimes at night or on weekends. It can be stressful when a patient is very sick or in pain, and I have to stay calm and focused. I am always on my feet, and my legs get tired after a long shift. Sometimes, the emotional stress is difficult because I have to see people suffer. I also have to be very careful not to make any mistakes because it can affect someone's health. As a flight attendant, I get to travel around the world. I meet people from different countries and cultures, which is exciting. My job is never boring because I'm always in a new place. I also get to stay in different cities and experience new foods and activities. The travel benefits are great, and I can fly to many destinations for free or at a discount. However, being a flight attendant can be exhausting. I work long hours, sometimes on overnight flights, and the time zone changes can make me feel tired. It can be hard to sleep well when I'm in a different city every day. Also, dealing with difficult passengers can be stressful, especially if there are delays or problems with the flight. I spend a lot of time away from home, and I miss my family and friends.
Important and difficult words.
Rewarding. Definition: something that makes you feel good because you are helping others or achieving something important. Example: helping people as a nurse is rewarding because I can make them feel better. Challenges. Definition: problems or difficult situations that make something harder to do. Example: teaching has many challenges, like when students don't pay attention in class. Effort. Definition: the energy or work you put into something to make it successful. Example: planning lessons takes a lot of effort, but it's worth it when students learn. Frustrating. Definition: a feeling of being upset or annoyed because something is not happening the way you want. Example: it's frustrating when my students don't understand the lesson, even after I explain it many times. Team. Definition: a group of people who work together to achieve a goal. Example: as a nurse, I work in a team with doctors and other nurses to help patients get better. Stressful. Definition: something that causes a lot of pressure or worry. Example: working long hours in a hospital can be stressful, especially when a patient is very sick. Deadline. Definition: a specific time or date by which something must be done. Example: as an engineer, I sometimes have to work late to finish a project before the deadline. Repetitive. Definition: doing the same thing again and again. Example: being an accountant can be repetitive because I have to check numbers every day. Convince. Definition: to make someone agree to do something or believe in something. Example: As a salesperson, I have to convince customers to buy the products I'm selling. Creative. Definition: having the ability to use imagination to make something new or original. Example: as a chef, I enjoy being creative by trying new recipes and flavors. Physically demanding. Definition: a job or task that requires a lot of physical effort and can be tiring for your body. Example: being a chef is physically demanding because I'm always standing and carrying heavy pots. Focus. Definition: to give your full attention to something. Example: as a software developer, I need to focus on my work because even a small mistake in the code can cause problems. Freelancer. Definition: someone who works independently, not for a single company, and is paid for each project they do. Example: many graphic designers work as freelancers, meaning they find their own clients and don't have a regular job. Steady work. Definition: regular and reliable work or income. Example: it's hard for photographers to find steady work because most jobs are short, like weddings or events. Attention to detail. Definition: focusing on small parts of something to make sure it's correct. Example: as a photographer, I need to have good attention to detail to take the perfect picture. Benefits. Definition: extra advantages that come with a job like health insurance, discounts, or travel opportunities. Example: a flight attendant's job has great travel benefits, like free or discounted flights to many places.
Thank you for being with us in this video. Remember that with continuous practice, you will reach the desired level. Learn other words and terms by watching our other videos, and please support us by subscribing, liking, introducing to your friends.